excited to be joining you in your home today. You guys, we have such an amazing story for you, and guess what? I know we've been studying superheroes, but today we're gonna bring a whole new idea to what a superhero is. So lately we've been talking about characters. Last week was Moses, he had some superpowers, but today we're gonna focus on God, the superhero of them all. He had all the superpowers, he gave all these superheroes their superpowers, but he was the main one. So starting today, we're going to start to learn different names of God, these different character traits that made God this all-powerful, all-knowing super God, okay? So today's story involves a man named Naaman. Say it with me, Naaman. That's right, Naaman. So Naaman was sick. We're going to figure out what this sickness was, how it affected him, what is God's role in this? What did God do for Naaman? It's going to get good, you guys. Ready? That's not loud enough. Ready? Here we go.
Today's memory verse is found in the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 26. I am the Lord who heals you. One of the names of God is the Lord who heals. Jehovah Rapha? Rapha? Rapha.
It's Jehovah Rapha. Naaman was a commander in the Syrian army. He was highly respected. He had favor in his community. He had favor from God because he led the people out of the Syrian war. So they loved Naaman. But Naaman had a problem. He had leprosy. Leprosy is a nasty disease all over the skin. It covers the skin with red bumps. Naaman couldn't even look in the mirror and face himself. It would be like if I had leprosy and I didn't even want to look at Mr. Brandon because I felt bad that I couldn't look at myself. I was covered in bumps. That's how Naaman felt. Naaman wanted to be healed, but even medicine from doctors would not be able to heal Naaman's disease. It had to be something stronger. It had to be a healing from God, something only God could pull off. What did Naaman do? Well, Naaman had a wife, and his wife had a servant. And that servant told Naaman's wife, I wish Naaman could go to Israel. There's a prophet in Israel that could show Naaman the power of God and he could be healed. Naaman's wife would do what anybody would do. She went and told Naaman. And Naaman was so excited. At that point, he was ready to try anything. So Naaman goes to his king, the king of Syria. And the king of Syria gets all excited. Naaman, I'm so excited there could be a cure for you. You may be healed. Of course, I want to support you. So he writes Naaman a letter that helps Naaman go to Israel in favor. Go to Israel and be accepted by the Israeli people. What does Naaman do? He takes the letter, he takes all of his servants, he jumps on his horses and all of his cattle, and he goes to see the king of Israel. But he's surprised when he gets there. The king of Israel meets Naaman. But the king of Israel is confused. He's like, I don't know why they sent you to me. I don't have proactive. I don't have the healing power to fix all that. So Naaman gets frustrated. He's like, I just brought gifts to you, king of Israel. My king, the king of Syria, wrote you letters for me. I came all the way down here with my servants on our horses and chariots just for you to tell me you don't have no proactive? Man, Naaman was mad. So there was this guy in the other room named Elisha. Say it with me, Elisha. Yes, Elisha had some power. So Elisha's in the other room and he hears what's going on and he's like, send that man to me. I'm going to show him God's power. So Naaman hears about this man named Elisha that supposedly have all this power. So Naaman goes to see Elisha at his house. He gets there, and to his surprise, there's no Elisha. Elisha does not come to the door. But his servant answers the door and says, Elisha said, you have to go to the Jordan River and wash in the river 7 times. 7 times, you guys. Not once, not twice. In order to get that skin right, you gotta go under 7 times. What? Naaman screamed. He was so mad. He was like, I came all the way to Elijah's house and Elijah won't even come to the door and see me? Does he know who I am? But Elisha said what he had to say. So Naaman had to take it or leave it. Naaman got so mad, he was like, come on, we're out of here, to his servants, and they left. But then his servants, thank God they had a little more smarts than him, his servants told him, wait, did you hear what Elijah said? He said you could be healed. We've heard more complicated jobs than this that we've listened to. This is so simple. Just dip yourself in the Jordan River 7 times. But Naaman was like, why would he tell me to dip into the Jordan River 7 times? And that river's dirty and muddy. I got better rivers where I live. They were like, just listen, Naaman. What if it works? So Naaman finally gives in. He goes to the Jordan River. It was muddy, but he had no other option. In order for him to get the skin right, he had to take a chance. So he goes into the river 7 times under that dirty water. 7 times, you guys. But guess what? God followed through. He healed Naaman in that river. Naaman came up, his skin was glowing.
Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow, baby.
He was back. It worked. God was the healer, and he is the healer.
So what can we learn about the story of Naaman? Well, first of all, we see that he was cool. But he thought he was too cool. And Jesus was trying to get his attention, and he was like, I'm good. Probably was on the phone playing TikTok or something. Well, Jesus was trying to heal him. Okay, you know how you fall down and you get a scrape, and then your mom or your pop comes along and cleans it out, gets you all bandaged up? Well, over time, your skin grows back because you're healed. Also, when you go to the doctor because you're not feeling well, your doctor gives you some medicine, you go home, you might get some chicken soup, you get some rest, and you're healed. The whole point is that God created us in a way that our bodies heal us. Our bodies heal on its own, ultimately showing that the Lord is our healer. All right, so having said all of that, my job's done here. Now you guys know how much superpowers make a difference. And you also know who's our ultimate superpower. He's not just up there, he's everywhere.
We're almost out of here, and what an amazing day it's been. I want you to remember a few things. Exodus 15, verse 26. I am the Lord who heals you. Memorize that verse this week. Send me a video. You know I want to see you guys speaking God's word over your life. So, today we learned, and remember, God is our healer. He can heal us through doctors. He can heal us through medicine. He can heal us through prayer. He has many ways that he can heal us. But he will always come through and heal us. That's one of his superpowers. And remember, what is the name of God our healer? Jehovah Rapha. That's right. Okay, little world shakers. Keep shaking up this world, one step at a time. I will see you next week.
Hello, it's Tim Story. I hope you enjoyed the service. If so, subscribe. If not, still subscribe. It's good.